Well, good morning everyone and welcome to today's video. I have two onions that really need something done to them, and I like to plant them, and they give me lots of sprouts that I will use. I have plenty of onions, so I'm actually going to be planting these. I use the sprouts. I can use them all summer long, and they give a really pretty flower at the end. I'm gonna harvest some herbs, and I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of some compost manure on my cucumbers and on my potatoes. Welcome to another edition of Homestead Tessie. Stash with my supplies, and I'm really glad to be able to use it. I'm going to address the cucumbers here. Now, I started my cucumbers from seed this winter and they were plants. I'm not going to do that again. I'm actually going to direct sow my cucumbers like I used to, because I think they come up a lot better. So but we put this a little bit on and it will help boost them, get them a little more greener and get them a little more healthier. Harvesting my herbs. So I'm still harvesting the oregano and the thyme to make my mixes, and that's what we eat all winter long. We don't consume a lot of salt, so these are salt-free seasonings that I like to use. Seasonings can make a world of a difference in your food, especially if you're low income. That way it's cheap and easy way that you can make amazing meals. One of the reasons why I love herbs is because of the beautiful scent that they give. Even if I can't use every single one every year, I just love being out in the garden. It's so peaceful. I hear the birds singing, and the smell of the different herbs is so calming and soothing. So planting herbs can be aesthetic, and it also can be very good for consuming as well. I love to have flowers that smell good and herbs, and I just love being out in the garden and taking my time and enjoying each one. Every year I place a video out to show you all the different herbs that I have, so keep a lookout for that video. But what I am harvesting now is hot oregano. It's a spicy oregano, and I add that to all of my seasonings. Basically, my seasoning mixes all the kind of herbs you'd ever want. It is oregano, hot oregano, basil, thyme. I also have 4 different kinds of thyme that I add, and I'll add some celery leaves, and then we dehydrate everything, and it turns into a wonderful all-purpose seasoning that can just transform a simple dish. If you have rice, if you have pizza, all of these things, and you can even eat the herbs as is because they're so healthy for you. And they're good. It's really good. It gives you a lot of energy eating herbs fresh. So I'm just going to sit a moment and rest just a little bit, and then I'm going to go down and I'm going to harvest some of my red rhubarb. I have a lot of the green. I just don't like it anymore. I love the crimson red, which is very hard to find, but a viewer, I think it's 2 years ago now, got me some, and they're the crimson red, and I just love it. So I'm going to harvest the rhubarb, and then I'm going to cut it up and put it in the freezer and add it to my strawberries, and I'm going to have that as a rhubarb drink this winter. I'm going to make, or I'll make some more jelly with it. I love jelly every morning with my bagel, and I love the rhubarb strawberry jelly. So we're going to go ahead and do that. This will take about 4 hours for all of them to dehydrate, and then I can make my seasoning mix. And not sure else what I'm going to do today. Maybe take it a little bit easier and just enjoy the beautiful sunshiny day. Being a homemaker can seem like a daunting job. It can seem like a boring job. You do the same thing every single day. You start the laundry, and if you're like me, you hang the wash on the line. Every evening, you take the wash down. You're washing dishes, washing floors, making meals. It's the same thing over and over again. Through this change of my perspective since January, I have realized that there is so much extraordinary in the ordinary. You see that as a nice catchy title for a book, Extraordinary in the Ordinary, but it really is true. It's just the ordinary life that is extraordinary because no one has your life. And while it may seem like the same thing over and over again, each day is different. Each day is new. Each day is a day like no other, because each day you're living the way you know best. And so while it may seem like the same thing every single day, there are little differences. There are differences in the temperature, in the weather, differences in our moods. Sometimes it can be a struggle, and other times we're happy. But overall, being a homemaker is amazing. The herbs are all dry now, and I wanted to show you how I make them into fine seasoning. So what you see me do is I have a colander that has little tiny holes in it. And what I do is I take the stems off, and I just take my hand and go around and around and around. It can take me about 15-20 minutes for one batch. I just sit and enjoy the day while I work on it. This has become the easiest way that you can take the herbs off of the stems. Now you may have a little more waste this way, but it doesn't matter for me because I have gallons and gallons of herbs. So it doesn't really matter if I'm wasting a lot of the stems or wasting a lot of the herbs. I'll just make more.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end, 'cause you've been a good friend.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you were wondering what I'm doing here is I am making French fries. I had a whole bunch of potatoes that I cut up, and I am putting them into the boiling water bath for 5 minutes. Take them out, cool them, and put them in the freezer. It's just another way I'm saving money. Instead of buying French fries, I'm making my own. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Homestead Tessie, Dew Valley. Come join me again. Bye, everybody.